Well, morning. It is Saturday, October 9th, and we have gathered for our morning devotion, again using Brian McLaren's Seeking Aliveness. And today's is called Moral Reasoning. As the Jewish understanding of human affairs matured, their moral reasoning matured as well. In the Garden of Eden story, Adam and Eve wanted to grasp the fruit of knowledge of good and evil as if it were a simple thing. But as the biblical story unfolds, first it became clear that the line between good and evil didn't run between groups of us and them. There were good guys among them, including people like Melchizedek, somebody else I can't pronounce, Jethro, Rahab, and Ruth, and there were plenty of bad people among us as well, including most of the kings of Israel and Judah. It became clear that the dividing line didn't simply run between good and bad individuals as many people today still behave. Some of the Bible's best good guys, like David and Solomon, did really bad things. So the Bible presents a moral complex and dynamic world where the best of us can do wrong and the best of us and the worst of us can do right. The line between good and evil runs and moves within each of us. Notice the tendencies in yourself and others to be mature in our moral reasonings, as if good and evil were not intertwined in all of us. So this chapter is a really, really good, or at least this devotion is a really good example that in every leader there's good and bad. You know, we hold up David as a good leader, and he should be, because he was chosen by God. He did great things for the kingdom of Israel, but we know his faults, right? We know what he did. Moses was a good leader as well, and we know, some of the bad things that Moses did. See, leadership is hard because people expect you to be perfect, especially in the pastoral world. People expect you to be the model citizen that you are. Well, guess what? I'm not that person. I'm going to let you down. I'm going to screw up. I'm going to do things that don't necessarily follow the Bible as closely as I like. That's why I need God's grace and God's redemption. In all leaders, there are, what's a good word for it? There are things that just don't always work out. Have a little leniency on them. Sometimes us leaders are under a lot of pressure and we screw up. If you've ever been in the role of leadership, you've seen people screw up. It happens. But we, as a church, believe in God's grace and we believe in redemption. And that's the thing that brings us back, is none of us are perfect. We all have our garbage that we bring with us, but God has called us and God forgives us. And so as a leader, I ask for your forgiveness for those ways I have hurt you, or for those ways that I have not led in, good ways, I guess is a way of saying it. Cut your leaders some slack, but offer them grace. Keep them accountable, but offer them grace when they screw up. Amen.